So you see, the truth is that you're all brave. Look at you. You have survived your life up until this very moment. Every one of the painful places, every one of the places that broke your heart, every one of the places where you thought, I'm never going to get off this floor again, you're here. You are brave. We have within us the potential for wholeness and greatness. You know what's so interesting to me? I know that there's not one of you in this room that can't see it in a baby. We all get excited. We look at this little baby and we say, God, he, she could be president. They may invent a miracle drug that will cure cancer. We can see that in our babies. And the truth is, you're that baby. And we get older and our hair turns different colors, and all of a sudden we think we can't. We think that wholeness is for somebody else. Achievement is too hard, too much. So at Unity of Northern Kentucky, what we're here to do is to transform the world. Take a deep breath. It's a big task. But the way we can do that is simply to begin by transforming ourselves. And, you know, why is it we have to transform anything? You know, you just said, Doris, that you came in as this whole and perfect little child. But if your life was anything like my life, along the way, life happened. And when life happened, we acquire what I'd like to call wounds. You know, that perfect little round ball of Play-Doh without a dent in it gets dented. It gets dropped on the floor. It gets poked. It gets jabbed. And some of us can hardly see a circle anymore in that perfection that we are. So our journey, not just for this morning, not just for today, but our journey for the rest of our life is to reclaim the wholeness that we are. Not something outside of us, something we can't achieve, something beyond us. We reclaim that wholeness by discovering what part of us is broken, wounded, hurt, and doing the work that it takes to create healing for ourselves. You know, I love and bless you all. I hold you in prayer, and I can't heal one thing for you. It doesn't work that way. You know, I have a lifelong task in front of me, healing Doris. So the talk for today is spring cleaning. Thank you. And we're dealing with the topic of releasing and letting go, eliminating the negative, or as Charles Fillmore called it, the power of elimination. We all have that power. We've been talking about 12 powers. For those of you who haven't been to a Unity service, on the very first Sunday of the new year, we have a burning bowl to let go of what doesn't serve us, part of this elimination process. And then we draw a white stone that has a 12 power on it. And if you would like a stone for the year, I think we still have a couple that if you check at the back table, you can draw one. See what your power is for the year. Some of you may have drawn the power of elimination. People don't usually get very excited by drawing that tile, that stone. They aren't going, oh yes, what do I get to eliminate from my life? Well, as with every single truth that exists, there are multiple levels of elimination. So let's be very basic and start at the beginning. None of you would be in this room if you didn't eliminate. You would be very sick. You would have a colostomy bag. There would be things, it would be a big problem if you didn't eliminate. So isn't it wonderful that God, the universe, the creator of all, or your mother, whichever one you prefer, designed your system in such a way that you can skillfully eliminate what you don't need from your body. Isn't it interesting? Everything we eat, hopefully, is nourishing, is good for us, or it's a piece of junk and we eat it anyway. But we eliminate it. We take what we can use from whatever it is we've eaten, if there's anything there to use. We take that and use it. Our body, they have all those little things in there, and all the good vitamins and minerals and things come out of our food, and the rest of it, gone. So that's a basic level of elimination. And the process isn't really any different no matter what you want to talk about. This is the time of year for spring cleaning. Obviously, there's another level of elimination: reuse, renew, recycle, clear it out, get rid of it. Clean your closets, wash your windows, clean your floors, dust, We eliminate that which we don't need or want. So you're eliminating it from your body. You're eliminating it from your house. You're looking at all that stuff. Maybe you're someone who piles things. You have piles of stuff. Maybe you're someone who can hardly get through the piles of stuff. Maybe there are no piles of stuff at your place. Whichever kind of person you are, what we do for spring cleaning is eliminate that which we no longer need, that which we no longer want. So when we go to eliminate from our bodies or from our house, most of us don't sit down to pray. God, please remove that pile of stuff from my table. No, that's not what most of us do. But there are some of us who think that we can get rid of the crap in our lives. That's what wanted to come out. By simply affirming it away. That's sort of like having major surgery and putting a Band-Aid on it. Band-Aids have uses. They're very valuable. It's important. But we need more than that. We have to be willing to do some work to eliminate. What might we want to eliminate from our life that would give us a greater sense of wholeness? Maybe it's habits. I have a few habits I would be willing to eliminate. I have an intention of eliminating them. And some days I am successful in eliminating them. And then on other days, not so much. But do you see, a habit is something that if it's not useful to us, back to, if we aren't getting something from this, then we have an opportunity to eliminate it. Some of us may have some thoughts, really self-defeating, negative self-talk. The talk that tells us that we're worthless, that we're no good, we never will be, we never were, we never could be. That negative self-talk is something that we can certainly have an intention of eliminating. Notice the order of difficulty here is getting just a little bit harder. I attended a workshop yesterday for people who had been sexually abused when they were children, both men and women. Horrible statistic. 1 woman in 4, 1 man in 6 has been sexually abused. So in that workshop, she was pretty convinced that we should reclaim our role as victim. It wasn't my job there to stand up and debate with her. Yes, in the moment that happened to us, we were absolutely positively victims. We were not wrong. We didn't do anything. We didn't deserve it. It happened. Because that happened to us, we formed a lot of ideas and beliefs about ourselves, about who we were, about how it was that such a horrible thing happened to us. And so the work of the rest of our lives, for those of us who are sexual abuse survivors, is to regain that wholeness, that innocence. That's not something we can affirm away. I could give you an affirmation and you could spend the rest of your life saying that affirmation. It's not going to be enough. We have to do the work of eliminating those thoughts with the help of many other people so that we no longer feel them, so that when they come up, we can immediately go, oh, is that not true? Gone. But that doesn't happen overnight. When we go through a process to reclaim our own sense of wholeness, when we restore our own peace, our own calm, we can move to a different level of living, a different level of happiness, a different level of joy, a different level of intimacy, of connection, of love, of relationship. And so that's what elimination is all about, folks. We release it, we let it go, not just like that, no. But that's the intention, that's the goal, that's our North Star. And then we do the work. We cry the tears. We rage. We hit. We do whatever it takes to move past whatever it is. And if you are not a victim of sexual abuse, congratulations. You don't have that hurdle. But my guess is that you have other hurdles. That along the way, whether it was your parents, whether it was teachers, whether it was brothers or sisters or friends, some people have dented your perfection. And so that work becomes the same. We get to say, no, thank you. No is a whole word. It's a complete sentence. No. I'm not standing in that place anymore. See, I absolutely agree with her that it's important that we restore our wholeness. She liked the word restore. I like the word restore. Restore is to bring something back that was. You know, we restore old furniture. We can restore ourselves to wholeness. A little sandpaper, a little linseed oil will be perfect. Wouldn't it be nice if it were that easy? You know, there are some things that people come in with. My daughter Elle, or Ellen as she was born, she's now Elle, came in with an attention deficit disorder. One of those kids, she had that label all of her life. She didn't do particularly well in school. She did graduate from college. She is a successful activities director in an Alzheimer's unit. She just got a new job. There are times when that girl, child, adult woman really, but she's my child, can't sit still for 5 seconds straight in a row. But then something amazing happens. She gets involved and interested and excited about what she's doing, and then hours can go by. So she really does have the ability to sit, to concentrate, to do things if they're important to her, if she honestly cares about them. See, that's part of the trick, is getting in touch with who we are in such a way that we know what's important to us. We know what healing would look like for us. That's important. We know what strength, bravery, courage, wisdom, all of the 12 powers. So when we have this vision of what we want, and when we're excited about claiming it, guess what? We can sit in our seat too. We can be excited about transformation when someone else is going, oh my God, that is just so much work. But it's not work when it's about your life. It's not work when it's about reclaiming the wholeness and the perfection that you are. There's a story that reminds me of how we do this. It's one of my favorite stories. You may have heard me say it before. Tell you. There are two monks. They're strolling along a stream. They're on their way from one monastery to another, and they come upon a lady. She's very nicely dressed in flowing robes, and she's in tears. And they stop and say, well, what's wrong? How can we help you? And she said, I need to get across this river, creek, stream, but I'll get dirty. I can't get into the stream. I can't get across. Some of these have her being a bride on her way to her wedding. There's a lot of different reasons this girl needs to get across the stream. Now, monks have a vow of chastity. They have a vow of never touching a woman. But the one monk says, sure. So he picks her up in his arms, carries her across the stream, sets her down on the other side, comes back, and continues her journey. Now, the second monk, the whole time, was saying, you can't pick her up. No, you can't do this. That's against your vows. You said that you would never touch a woman. You know that voice? Do you have one of those in your head? You can't do that. You have broken your vows. So after he had deposited her safely on the other side and he's back and they're walking along together, he doesn't stop. He is so critical. You have broken this rule. They get to the monastery. It's evening. And as they are going to bed, the first monk said, I carried the woman across the stream, I put her down, and I finished with it. However, you have been carrying that woman all day long and all evening. Perhaps you could now put her down. See, that's what we tend to do in our life. It doesn't matter if we made a mistake, if we were wounded, if we were broken, if we have a pile of caca up to here. We can put it down. We can just put it down. And do the work. So I simply invite you to breathe as we're going to move into the stillness.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment, there is peace.
Simply breathing in. Deep breath. Letting it out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Allowing your breath to center you in the stillness of your own heart. Unity's not offering instant solutions. We're a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus, the healing power of prayer. We honor the truth in all religions and spiritual paths. We offer to stand beside you in love. We offer to pray with you. We offer to hold your hand. We invite you to do the same for us, because we are simply other pilgrims on this journey, with our own wounds, with our own errors, with our own opportunities to grow. Wholeness doesn't just happen. It's not enough to affirm wholeness. Wholeness requires work and tears, anger, joy, laughter, celebration, fun. Reclaiming our ability to love life. Reclaiming our ability to love each other. Reclaiming that place within us that is absolutely innocent and perfect. It's in every one of us. It's in everyone in this world. So we come committed to making all of the difference that each one of us can make in this world. To following our own calling, our own bliss, our own purpose, our own mission. Not for show. Not so someone points at us and says, "Oh, look." But because of the deep-seated peace and calm that comes within each of us when we have that experience. So we simply breathe and allow the mirror of our own mind to bring the images to us that are ours to work on, ours to enjoy, ours to play our way towards achieving in this stillness. Wholeness, calm, peace exist in only one place. We can't find them in the past. We can't call them forth from the future. It's only now, in this moment, in this very instant, as we breathe, as we know the truth, in this moment, we are whole. And so we take the experience of this wholeness with us into the work of the rest of our lives. In each moment, in every day, there's the opportunity to be still, to simply breathe in for a moment and feel that breath moving down into your lungs, down to your heart center. And for that moment, we can experience that calm and peace that we then take with us into whatever situation our life is bringing us. So for the truth, the knowing, the experience of the divine that each of us is, we say thank you. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.